Hello, friends. Today we're going to explore one of the most fascinating questions in science. Is time travel actually possible? First, imagine the movies we've all seen, Back to the Future or Interstellar, where people build a time machine and jump into the past or the future. But what does real science say? Can we really bend time? Let's break it down. Einstein's theory of relativity. In 1905, Albert Einstein introduced the theory of relativity, which forever changed the way we understand space and time. According to him, space and time aren't separate, they're part of a single structure called space-time. The speed of light, 186,000 miles per second, is the ultimate speed limit of the universe. The faster you move, the slower time flows for you. Scientists call this effect time dilation. To put it simply, if you were traveling at extremely high speeds, your clock would tick slower compared to someone standing still. That means you would age less than people on Earth. And this isn't just theory. In fact, experiments with atomic clocks have proven it. One clock was kept on Earth, while another was flown around the world on a jet. When compared later, the airborne clock was slightly behind because time literally passed slower for it. Special versus general relativity. Einstein gave us two key ideas. Special relativity deals with speed. The faster you move, the slower time goes for you. General relativity adds gravity into the picture. The stronger the gravity, the more spacetime bends and the slower time flows. This is not just a thought experiment. Our everyday technology, like GPS satellites, actually depends on these corrections. Without adjusting for time dilation, GPS would be off by miles every single day. So yes, relativity proves time travel into the future is real, but going back into the past is another story, traveling to the future. Here's the crazy part. If you could hop on a spaceship traveling near the speed of light and then return to Earth, you would have aged only a few years, while decades or even centuries might have passed on Earth. In other words, the future is already waiting for you. The faster you go, the further into the future you jump. But what about the past? That's where things get tricky. Wormholes, tunnels through spacetime. Scientists have theorized about something called wormholes, tiny tunnels that could connect to different points in space and time. They were first proposed by Einstein and Rosen in 1935 and are sometimes called Einstein-Rosen bridges. If wormholes exist, they might allow shortcuts across the universe or even between different moments in time. But there's a problem. We don't know how to keep a wormhole open. The math says it would require something called negative energy, which we've never observed in reality. So for now, wormholes remain a fascinating idea, closer to science fiction than science fact. Parallel universes and the multiverse. Parallel universes and the multiverse. Another idea scientists discuss is the multiverse theory, the possibility that our universe is just one of many. Some physicists suggest that if time travel were possible, maybe we wouldn't actually visit our own past, but rather an alternate version of it. This ties into quantum mechanics, which says that every decision might split reality into multiple outcomes. So, if you traveled back in time and, let's say, tried to prevent a historical event, you wouldn't change your own history, you'd simply create or step into a parallel one. It's a mind-bending concept, but so far, it's only speculation. Experiments and real-life evidence. Time dilation isn't just theory, it's been observed in real life. High-speed particles called muons live longer than they should because they're moving so fast. Astronauts on the International Space Station age just a tiny bit slower than people on Earth. For example, when astronaut Scott Kelly spent a year in space while his twin brother Mark stayed on Earth, Scott returned just milliseconds younger. Tiny but real proof of time travel into the future. So, is time travel possible? The scientific consensus is yes, time travel into the future is possible. It happens naturally due to relativity, and we've proven it. No, traveling into the past is not possible, at least not with any evidence we have today. Wormholes and parallel universes are interesting theories, but so far they remain untested and unproven. Conclusion and next episode. So friends, science tells us that time is flexible. We are all, in fact, moving into the future right now second by second. With enough speed or gravity, we could leap further ahead. But going back into the past, that's still in the realm of science fiction. In the next episode, we'll explore famous paradoxes like the grandfather paradox and some wild time travel stories like the mysterious John Titor who claimed to be from the year 2036. Until then, stay curious, keep questioning, and remember, the future is closer than you think.
Like and subscribe for the next part.